I still remember the sound of the news arriving. Not a notification. Not a buzz in your pocket. A TV warming up. A radio turning on. A newspaper unfolding like a small ceremony. Press play, and the past doesn't feel far away. If you're Gen X, you grew up in the middle of the shift. Old enough to remember when information had a front door. Young enough to watch that door disappear. And for a lot of us, the clearest proof isn't a gadget. It's the way the news changed. In this video, I want to do 3 things. Take you back to how news used to feel. Name what changed without turning it into a fight. And share a few ways we can keep our heads and our hearts intact. Back then, the news had edges. It started at a certain time. It ended. And when it ended, life came back into focus. Morning news was something you caught while tying your shoes. A weather map. A quick headline. Maybe a traffic report if your town had one. If you missed it, you didn't spiral. You just missed it. And you still heard things the old way. Someone at work. A neighbor at the mailbox. A quick comment in the hallway. Like the world could arrive through people, not just screens. Evening news was a routine. Dinner smells in the kitchen, a lamp on in the corner. Someone lowering their voice when the anchor spoke. Not out of fear, out of respect for the moment. The remote made that hard plastic click. And the world came in through one screen for half an hour, like a guest who didn't overstay. I can still picture the room. One person, fully watching. One person, half listening. And you, somewhere in between, catching more than you admitted. Then the sign-off music hit, and the room exhaled. You could talk about what you heard, then let it go. The newspaper had its own kind of pace. You didn't scroll. You chose. Front page first. Then maybe business. Then local. Then sports. Always stolen first by whoever cared most. Ink on your fingers. A coffee ring on the table. And the best part was the natural stopping point. You folded it up, and the day moved on. Then the borders softened. Cable made the news constant. The word live showed up more often. The ticker appeared, crawling across the bottom of the screen, like the world couldn't wait for you to catch up. And somewhere along the way, especially in the early 2000s, the news stopped feeling like a program. It started feeling like a place. Same images, repeated. Same tone, repeated. Not just information, momentum. Then smartphones arrived, and the last wall fell. Now, the news isn't a half hour. It's a layer over your whole day. It's the first thing you see before you've even fully become yourself in the morning. It's there in checkout lines, in waiting rooms, at night when you should be letting your mind go quiet. And it's not only what happened anymore. It's what people think about what happened. It's reactions to reactions. It's clips of clips. 1,000 voices competing to tell you what to feel before you've had time to think. People aren't just informed now. They're activated. And it's exhausting, even when you can't name why. There are 3 contrasts I notice, and they hit Gen X in a specific way. First, volume. We used to get news in doses. Now it's a drip feed that never shuts off. Your brain stays half-braced, like it's waiting for the next alarm. Second, pacing. Old news gave you space between stories. Now everything is designed to keep you moving. Before you finish one thought, the next headline pushes it aside. Third, identity pressure. The old world asked, "Did you hear what happened?" The new world often asks, "What's your stance?" And if you don't answer fast, you can feel like you're failing some invisible test. That's not just stressful, it's dehumanizing. We can't rewind the world, but we can rebuild edges on purpose. Pick a window for news. 15 minutes, 20. Long enough to stay aware, short enough to stay well. And put it in the same place in your day, like an old ritual. Choose fewer sources. Not because other voices are bad, but because your attention is not infinite. If you graze all day, you don't get clarity. You get noise. Slow it down. Read one full story. Finish one segment. Let your mind complete a thought instead of hopping from spark to spark. And when you're done, step away with intention. Go outside for 5 minutes. Make something with your hands. Call a person who actually knows your voice, not just your opinions. Because understanding isn't the same as exposure. And peace isn't ignorance. Peace is what lets you think clearly enough to care in a real way. If you feel tired after keeping up, you're not weak. You're human. Our nervous systems weren't built for a world that never stops talking. Maybe the Gen X move, quietly and stubbornly, is learning how to stay informed without becoming consumed. If this hit home, tell me what your old news ritual was. Newspaper on the table? Evening anchor at 6? Radio in the car? Drop your birth year and one memory in the comments. Subscribe to Gen X Reflections. Next time, we'll talk about the moment being reachable, stopped feeling convenient, and started feeling like a leash. Until then, take your attention back. If this video hit you right in the memories, then the next one I am recommending below will probably have you nodding along too. Click it right now to watch.